Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Movie Bucket here on Screen Stealers. Hope you grabbed your popcorn, your soft drink, maybe even a soft pretzel, or perhaps some fortune cookies. It's time to talk about another movie. I'm Brooke, and it's easy to be you. I'll just suck the fun out of everything. Fun sucker.
What sucker? I barely know
What you
her.
call me?
And hi, I am River. And darling, could you chill for a sec?
Telling that to your fiance is fucking wild.
As a 50-year-old therapist, crazy.
Yeah. And
Would you like
50
to
something? I don't know.
yeah, yeah. And hola, I am Eduardo, and oh, I'm old. I'm like the crypt keeper.
Oh,
I'm so angry I didn't get to do that quote today. Yeah, if you hadn't gathered or you missed last coverage of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids as part of Childhood Movie Month, we're talking about Freaky Friday from 2003, starring, including but not limited to, get used to hearing me say that for a while, Jamie Lee Curtis, Lindsay Lohan, Mark Harmon, Harold Gould, Chad Michael Murray, Stephen Tobolowsky, Christina Vidal, Ryan Malgarini, hoping I'm pronouncing that right, Haley Hudson, Rosalind Chow, and Lucille Song, among others.
Yes, Lindsay Lohan.
Because it all,
I mean, it was a group choice, so it is a rewatch for everyone.
Yeah. So, Bunty, we had a couple of different things planned at one point. There was actually a time period where we were going to be covering both Monsters Inc. and Monsters University during this month. But we ended up scrapping that because Monsters University didn't come out until River was almost an adult. So we decided, no shade, but for the theme of the month, we felt we needed to go.
I love it.
Yeah. So we moved it back a little bit, and we were like, well, what do we want to talk about? Do we want to still just talk about Monsters Inc.? I will tell you, we're not. And we eventually settled on Freaky Friday because try finding a movie that all three of us had that played an active role in all three of our childhoods. It was relatively difficult.
Yeah. It took us a little while, but we were finally able to come up with, because it was easy to find a combination of two of us that could agree on something, but then the third person would be like,
Yeah.
So
until we settled on this finally.
Just noting, Ratatouille came up in conversation. Basically, any Pixar movie from 2000 until 2009 came up in conversation at some point. And it's kind of wild that we're sneaking out of this month with only Finding Nemo. I find that to be quite funny. But a lot of Pixar came up. There was a lot of conversation about what.
I almost did The Incredibles for mine.
Yeah. River switched it not last minute, but a couple months ago. River switched it off The Incredibles. Yeah. But I'm just gonna say for myself, having not watched this movie in I don't even know how long. At least since early high school, at the absolute latest. It's been a very long time. I forgot how many inside jokes and little running gags were within my family from Freaky Friday. This movie played a very large part in my childhood, and I don't think I've ever really given it a ton of credit for that. This was a movie we watched a lot. This was one of the things that was on that portable DVD player jaunt anytime we go on a family road trip. And it wasn't always the movie that got picked, but when it came on, we were all glued to that tiny little laptop size, not even laptop, netbook sized little thing. And I forgot how fun this movie is. And I'm really excited to talk about just how fun this movie is. Even if it's not perfect, and there are problems, but it's a Disney movie from the mid 2000s. Of course, there are going to be problems, unless you're Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. As the person that watched this when it came out, and I was 8, 9 when it came out. I was the oldest when it came out, right?
Mhm.
And I think I'm making a guess here that I'm probably the person that has rewatched this movie the most. It
Probably.
it is one of my comfort movies because, like, for me, the era of Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan movies, pretty much all of them, that's my shit. That's
Mhm.
like comfort movies for me. And so, like I was mentioning a little bit before we started recording, just out of the gate before we even get into it, like Brooke said, technically, if you look at it from an objective lens, does this movie have problems? Yes. Me personally, today, can't do that. For comfort movies, I can't do that. For other
That's right.
movies, sure, right? Sure.
Mhm.
And we can get into it, whatever. But like, it doesn't any criticism that I might agree on, it doesn't really impact my enjoyment of the movie. This is one of like my favorite movies of this era. I just really fucking love it so much.
Yeah.
Let's talk about quickly how Chad Michael Murray was everywhere in this era, and I kind of live.
She
He's
was
not
like
the best person in the world, you know what I mean? But like, just this was such a moment if you lived through it, you know.
yeah, this was like the peak of his time, I think,
Absolutely.
as an actress.
This Cinderella story, One Tree Hill, Gilmore Girls. Oh my God! Like,
Dawson's Creek.
yes,
You know,
Yeah, a
man
bunch
was
of
a
everywhere,
busy boy.
everywhere.
yes, of
Mhm.
course. For me, I agree with you, Brooke, on a lot of what you said. I actually quote a lot of this movie with my sister quite a bit. Like every time we see halibut on the menu, we look at each other, we go, "Halibut, ew, that's disgusting." So like it has become like a very big part of my life, even though like I haven't watched this since I was like in middle school, I think.
Mhm.
And yeah, but I remember watching it like so many times on the Disney Channel. They used to play like a lot, probably like mostly on Fridays because Freaky Friday. Um, but I remember sitting down, it was 7 p.m., and every single time that it was Freaky Friday, I had the biggest smile on my face and had a joyous time. Like you said, Brooke, it's not perfect. Even when I was a kid, I had issues with this movie, but I never really cared. Like I still had a lot of fun with it. Just a fun movie, and it was nice to look back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's just fun.
Yeah.
yeah, it was really interesting to take a look back at this movie for me. Um because let's just get in the starting blocks here. This is a remake of the original Freaky Friday, which has
Mhm.
been made, I believe, now 3 times with a sequel as well. Because there is a decom version of Freaky Friday that came out, I believe, in like 2016, 2017. Have not seen, have no interest in seeing. Sorry, divas, you're
There's a
not Lindsay
Brazilian
Lohan.
version. Two,
It's a
actually.
concept that has
Yeah.
been done
It's
several
yeah.
Several
many
times.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going from Honey I Shrunk the Kids last week, which was relatively unique and different,
Right.
she's not unique and different, and that's okay. She doesn't have to be. We're not asking her to be unique and different on this day. But like body swap episodes of TV of body swap movies, like this is just a trope. This is a
Mhm.
trope.
Yes.
But something I like about Freaky Friday is this version of Freaky Friday is so undeniably 2000s. Like you cannot put this version of Freaky Friday on in 2026 and people would think it was from this time period. This is drenched in early 2000s pop culture and I love it. It makes me
Mhm.
The
feel
soundtrack. Oh, oh my God,
Amazing.
it's incredible.
well,
The costumes, all of the outfits, especially the one with the guitar shirt, iconic. It's so
I
iconic.
want a pink slip shirt. I need it. I need a pink slip
Hey,
shirt.
there's a Brazilian brand that has it. I've been wanting to buy it. If you want to pay for the shipping, I can send you the link if you want.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, let me know. Anyway,
Okay.
but yes, they have a replica of the guitar shirt.
Yeah.
That's the one I want to buy. But they also have like a band tee of like pink slip and all of that.
Of course.
But yeah, the songs are so good. Not only like the songs from the band, right? But like the other songs that are used in the movie. It's so I love this. I can't start going off too much because I love this movie so much. So
Okay,
Yeah.
so I want to quickly comment on that has really nothing to do with anything, but it is a trope I have begun noticing. What was up with the early 2000s and having every gym class scene be volleyball?
Yeah.
Because I had never really clocked it, right? But I was watching this, I was like, oh, we're doing volleyball again? I'm like, okay, John Tucker must die. Like, they did that.
Yeah. And
You
they
know what
would
I think
hit
might
each other on
be?
the head, just like in John Tucker Must Die.
I think
Yeah,
it's
but
easier
it's
to
dodgeball.
film. I think it might be easier to film because the people don't have to move as much.
Mhm.
So it's
I
like
guess so.
easier to, and to
Yeah,
edit
and
and everything because you don't have to, for
Yeah. And in
continuity
Carrie,
and
they
all.
also do volleyball.
Yeah, like volleyball is it's in sleepaway camp. They do volleyball and that too. Like, if you want to look at, even if it's like teen horror, because sleepaway camp is teen horror. But if you look into like horror, like teen movies in general, and they're playing doing gym, it's either going to be running or volleyball. Those are
Volleyball is just that girl, okay?
She's just that girl, and we all want to be that girl.
Love
Let's
it.
just be
Yes.
It was my sport. Like when I was in school, like that was my thing. I love
can't
volleyball.
jump.
Love it.
Hops and I don't really get along.
I was
just too bad for that. Always have been, always will be.
Oh no. I don't know the names in English, but I was the one that like in the middle, or like the ones in the back that like I was never like a striker. What is the name? Like the one,
Setter.
whatever.
Yeah.
Setter is the.
Yeah, I was a setter, and then the one in the back, and then the one in the back that ran and threw herself on the ground. That was me.
Oh, you
like
dug?
coach said, because I started as a setter because I was like tall, and then my friends, I stopped growing. Everyone grew taller than me, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna move you to the other position because you're closer to the ground." She literally said that. I'm like, okay, cool, awesome.
Sure.
But you know what? I thrived. I loved it. So anyway.
As you should.
Love volleyball.
When I played volleyball, I was the guy that just stood there. They were like, just don't do anything. Just stand there and don't get in our way. If the ball comes your way, just try. Just try. And if it fails, it's okay.
You were the Scott Sterling on your volleyball team, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I was never able. I was never able to serve. I was never able to serve like this. I always had to go under. It was so embarrassing for me. I had no upper arms. I had no upper body strength. No.
But sometimes you need that underarm serve. Like, that does work.
I mean, yeah. I was just embarrassed because everyone could do it but me. But anyway.
Valid. But yeah, so beyond that point, I just wanted to bring that up while I was thinking about it because I didn't want to forget about it. First thing I want to mention, this cast surprisingly stacked, like a surprisingly strong group of people. I mean, I don't need to mention the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis, we know her legacy nowadays, especially in terms of like what she has done acting wise. Should we go ahead and get that elephant out of the room very quickly before we continue?
Probably.
Okay, so when it comes to Jamie Lee Curtis, and I'm going to speak on her political opinions, have not met the lady in person. There has been a lot of discourse regarding what she does and does not believe on the internet. All I'm going to say is this. Based on the information that we have at this point, I personally do not feel comfortable enough to say what this lady is actually thinking, because quite frankly, I don't even know if she knows what she actually believes at this point. So if there is more information that you can possibly provide, please provide it. For me, it's one of those things of keep an eye on it, and if it becomes relevant in the future, we'll bring it up again. Because when the October 6th attack happened in Israel, she was one of the people that signed that letter of celebrities that were like condemning it. But then she also signed that other letter that was advocating towards a two-state solution in Palestine. It's very confusing.
Well, she also compared the LA fires to Gaza. That's where she did lost that. There was also the picture that she posted of Palestinian kids saying pray for, and then she deleted because she thought they were. Anyway. For me. Okay, there's a lot, and we all have our opinions. For me, I disagree with what we had access to, what I have seen, right? That she has posted, whatever she said. However, her work as an actor, I enjoy.
uncomfortable.
I enjoy her work, especially here. Like this was, I think, yeah, this was my first introduction to Jamie Lee Curtis, and I don't remember. Well, anyway, yeah, it was the first, and I always really loved this performance. She's my favorite part of this movie, which is like, as someone that like, I love Lindsay Lohan movies, and I watched this movie because of her initially, of course. You know, it's kind of surprising that the older woman, even when I watched it the first time, like I remember that my whole life, she was always my favorite part of the movie. So yeah, especially in this movie, I really just love her work, period.
Yeah, this is one of those tough ones where like it's super confusing, and it's also someone that like I think we all grew up kind of loving. So it's kind of
Very
difficult
charismatic.
yeah, it's kind of difficult to actually understand where she stands, and also like if I can separate the art from the artist, and whether like I feel comfortable doing that. So yeah, if like I don't agree with a lot of what she had said, like with the signing of the Israel like letter, with her comparing the fires to Gaza. You know, some things have just rubbed me the wrong way, but at the same time, like there's something about her that seems like she really wants to understand and grow. So I find myself conflicted when it comes to her, but at this moment in time, she isn't doing anything egregious enough for me to be mad at her. So I just like, I'm gonna, like you said, Brooke, I'm gonna look from afar, and if something comes up, I will make my decision. But for now, I am conflicted a little bit.
Yeah.
Also,
I
little
would
fun
like
fact: she's married to Christopher Guest. By the way,
I forgot about
since
that.
1984. By the way, like for a long as yeah, that's crazy to me.
Good for her.
Not like
So
crazy as unbelievable, but just as in surprising. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Which also apparently, because he's a baron, like legally a baron, she is technically a baroness, which I find to be very fun. But when it comes to Jamie Lee Curtis, I want to just say for myself, I'm not discussing her political stuff here. This is everything else I know about this lady.
I want this to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving away from all of that, I love this woman with every fiber of my being. As an actress,
Incredible.
God, she has been in so many things that I love. I love Halloween. It's a great franchise. Didn't end very well, but love Halloween. I'm a massive fan of Everything Everywhere All at Once. Did she deserve the Oscar for it? I will say no.
maybe for this.
This is a more iconic performance, I will say, in my opinion.
Stephanie Shu deserved that Oscar. Let's wake that up.
Absolutely.
But I'm not going to be mad that she won one, even if I don't think it was necessarily the most deserved. She's one of my favorite parts of Knives Out. I adore her in that film. Are you boinking my father?
There you go.
And she's just great. I really do really love her work, and I'm happy we get to talk about her today. And then on the flip side of that, we have Lindsay Lohan, who went through the.
Well, I love her work. She's that for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love Lindsay, my girl.
She went through the Disney child psychosis arc. You know, like she had her little bit of time with Disney. Disney kind of were like, okay, we're good. And then after she got done with, I think her last movie with Disney was Herbie Fully Loaded, maybe.
Was it? Oh.
They kind of let her go, and she started starring in some movies that are not great. And then after she got done with those movies, she had that little bit of time where she was doing her best.
Yeah.
But you know, in recent years, she's done a lot better. She's in a good spot. I remember her first thing post psychosis was a cameo on Glee, and I thought that was really fun for her. But I mean, now we can say Freakier Friday came out last year. It did from what I know, very well. For a sequel to a movie that came out 20 years before it, did really well. And it seems like Lindsay's in a really good spot mentally and, career-wise. And I'm excited to see it because we also grew up on Lindsay Lohan. Like, of course we did.
She's in a better place in a lot of ways, except geographically. But I don't want to talk about that. But just quick mention, But
yeah.
Good, but I'm glad she's doing well as a person in general because she's been through it.
Yeah.
So good for her. But
yeah, my girl was fighting for her life at some point, and it's good to see her come out on the other side. And yeah, I haven't seen a lot of her work recently, or like a lot of anything from her, honestly. But every time she comes up, I'm happy to see her, and I'm happy that she's okay.
She lives in Dubai.
Oh,
yes, she does.
Okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
I had to look it up. I was like,
Yeah.
where does she live?
Well,
but
Not great, but
anyway.
you know what? I get it.
you know what?
Yeah.
We all make mistakes.
Also, shout out to her music. Rumors is a banger. Thank you, Lindsay Lohan, for that song. Period.
We stand rumors.
Shout
Yes.
outs to Gottmik and Utica.
Oh my God.
No.
Next. Next.
The winner of that lip sync was Lindsay
Okay.
Lohan.
Can I shout out something from this movie that is very superficial, but
Yes.
Peg. Peg is so hot. The one with the black bob, the girl with the friend with the black bob.
The one with the fuck ass bob.
is the one with the fuck ass bob. Maddie is cute too. They're all gorgeous, but Peg. Oh my God. Peg.
No,
can
to
Peg,
me,
yeah.
yeah. To me, Maddie is the one. To me, Maddie is the one.
I mean,
Would you call her the
Yeah.
ultimate?
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
She's the
exactly.
ultimate.
Yes.
No thanks, I'm good. But
Well,
Yeah,
we were
like if I
talking
had
about-
to pick one, it's Maddie.
Of the volleyball scene, that was so real because Stacy is such a fucking bitch. So like when Anna did that, I was like, yeah, valid.
okay.
And you know what?
Also-
Anyone that has played volleyball with someone they don't like, you either have done this or thought about it. So
Also, I don't know if you all recognized that actress. That's Julie Gonzalo, who's also the love interest for the nerdy guy in Dodgeball, and also Chad Michael
In a
Murray's
Cinderella
girlfriend in Cinderella Story.
Yep.
Yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. There you go.
Yes.
So shout outs to Julie Gonzalo. She's stunned, by the way. Gorgeous lady.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I want to get into a couple of things. One, special shout out while I'm here to Stephen Tobolowsky, who I fucking adore, by the way. Okay, uncork the bottle, get it out, rip the scroll open. Stephen Tobolowsky, put Stephen Tobolowsky in more things. This man is so fucking good in every role he plays. He can somehow play smarmy asshole teacher on the same degree as he can socially inept dentist, like he did in One Day at a Time. He is just so fun. He's a character actor, and like, of course, we know Hollywood and character actors don't always like grab each other, but he has been in so much stuff that like his filmography is staggeringly huge. And he's mostly known for, just showing up and doing a cameo or being like a side character, but he's just so fucking talented. I don't need to say put him in more things. Let him be a fucking lead. I want to see what he can do as the main guy in something because he always makes me laugh. I love seeing him in things. And in this movie, he's supposed to not be much of a character, and I didn't want to focus on him too long. But considering this is the first opportunity I've had to praise him, I'm going to take the opportunity now. So, love seeing him as well.
Yeah, he's a good just asshole in this movie, and I do love when I guess it's Tess and Anna's body when Tess just cusses him out after the
when
pop
she figures
quiz.
it out. Oh, I
It's
love.
like, oh, you're mad at me because my mom rejected you for prom. Oh, you were such a loser. I love
God,
that.
she went off. It was so good. It was so good.
She had a
Mhm.
boyfriend.
Oh,
and
she
you
had a
were
boyfriend
weird.
and you were weird. Yes, so good. It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, that scene is iconic.
Yeah.
You know what else is psychotic? Removing your kid's door and saying that privacy is a privilege.
Oh,
Okay.
Crazy.
I suppose we're now into the plot discussion portion
That's
of the
crazy.
episode.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I guess we should. At some
yeah,
we
point.
should.
we're 25 minutes in, and we've mostly just been praising
Yeah, I'm
individual
trying.
performers.
You know.
So I want to get this started with one very simple statement. She is a bad mom for a decent chunk of this movie. Let's just get
initially
that.
before it's kind of the point, right? But
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Because she starts off because we're supposed to have like the point of the movie is that both people have a character growth, so we need to start somewhere, right? But yes.
But even then,
also, okay, I just want to quickly say, because I think this is more interesting to me, is the fact that they're showing someone that she works in mental health. She's a shrink. And then she therapizes her kids. Like she has a hard time. Like one of the reasons why she's a bad mom in the beginning of the movie is because she's using she's being her work self at home, if that makes sense. With the shrink, and I think when you have a lot of knowledge on something, you're overconfident, and then when you're overconfident, you have a hard time kind of putting yourself on someone else's shoe and it's harder, I think, because of that. As someone that grew up with a father that was a psychiatrist and couldn't clock any of my diagnosis right, so you know what I mean. It's kind of like it's harder because also you're closer. So like she's great at her job with her clients, but she's not able to translate that skill as a mom for her family, because being a mom is different than being a good mom is different than being a good shrink, a good mental health professional, right?
Yeah.
It's good to have some of those skills, but then you need to put it through the mom filter and apply them in a different way because it's a different situation, whatever.
Yeah. This is why a lot of like therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists are not allowed to like
treat their family. Yeah.
Treat their family as patients. It's because there is some bias there, and then it's just not medically ethical to do that. And so it makes sense why it just doesn't work on Anna. All of the psychology that clearly her mother is very good at. She has a book, she's on her TV show, she's very well known in this world. So clearly she must be very good at it. But that's also why it doesn't work on Anna, because she is also a teenage girl, and that's not her specialty. Her specialty is adults. And so trying to like therapize your daughter just is not gonna work. And it just I think also the idea of when you're an adult, you forget what it's like to be a teenager also comes into play here, because you forget how mean teenagers can be and how conniving and how like dramatic kids can be.
How
and
everything is very intense.
Yeah, how
is the most positive or negative.
Yeah, and how everything is like just it kind of everything feels like you're in a telenovela. Everything kind of feels like you are just in hearing the drama from everywhere. Everything is just happening all at once. You're overwhelmed constantly, and you kind of forget that like it is true sometimes the teacher does have something against you, and it is true sometimes your old friend just grows apart and starts hating you. Just like I think it's very interesting, like to now watching it as an adult, understanding kind of a little bit where Tess is coming from, but also being a young adult, also knowing that Anna is still right and that Anna like is correct when she says that the teacher does have something against her. And I remember being in school and having a teacher that had something against my other classmates where they were doing nothing, and she would just be like, "Oh, you're breathing weirdly," or like, "You're doing something and that's annoying me. I'm going to take points away from your exam." And you're just like, "He did nothing. What's going on here?" So it's just, yeah, Tess is just like a woman that's forgotten what it's like to be a teenager, and therefore she just thinks everything is so simple, and therefore it's kind of like a little bit aggravating when she just treats her daughter like a baby, and like she's a little dumb, or like she doesn't understand how the real life world works. Because it feels to me like Anna does understand Tess a little bit more than Tess understands Anna a little bit. I don't know, or maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe I saw myself more in Tess on Anna than I saw myself on Tess. I don't know.
Right. Also, like, I don't know. I think also high school experiences when Tess was in high school and when Anna is in high school are also different. So that's also a point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's hard. Being a teenage girl is hard. That is very much the truth. And also, like, imagine if going through all of that is really hard. Being a teenager is hard. But then imagine, like, with what we have here, like your teacher hates you for no reason, that until she finds out, and one of your former friends like just turned on you and like is making your life hell. And on top of that, your mother doesn't believe you, and you get punished for it.
Yeah. Like, and also, your dad died like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, you're going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me when you look at some of the things that happened to Anna in this movie early on. Like, I'm just gonna say, to be 100% blunt, what did she do in the early parts of this movie that was so wrong? Because
it's just because she got detention 2 times on the same day, but like the reasons,
but
she wasn't even able to explain. Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that maybe she shouldn't have hit the girl with the volleyball, but like, how many times did she get hit in the face with the same volleyball?
Yeah, and she could have said that it was an accident, and they didn't believe her. The only one that I'm like, maybe you shouldn't have done that was when she called her teacher bald, which she wasn't wrong, but like maybe you shouldn't do that.
Not so he could hear, just do it to your friends, but not to his face.
It's like when you go to watch a play and you hate it, you have to wait 2 blocks to talk shit. You have to wait the 2 blocks to start calling your teacher bald.
You're not gonna boo in the middle of that's
that's not how this works.
Have you seen that clip? It's from the Boondocks. It's like, but it was gay. Why should I have to apologize? Right? She's like, but he was bald, so why should I have to apologize? I saw bald, so I said bald. That isn't bullying. Yeah. That's an astute observation. Like, no, he's bald. What's the point? Like, why do we care? But I mean, also this teacher's just a dick, so that's kind of the point. But
yeah.
But no, like when they get the fortune cookies and they swap positions at first, I was thinking like, but really, what lesson does she need to learn? Because in reality, the only thing she really does pre-swap that I would say is a little bit much is how she talks to Ryan. Because she's cold to this guy, like outwardly does not want to be around him, does not want to talk to him, where he's just being chill. Like he's being very nice and respectful of her boundaries. Which also
I think it's because the mother is maybe I think it's because the mom, like Tess, is pushing Ryan. Like Ryan is not really doing anything. He's just there, right? But because like just him being there, maybe like for Anna, it wasn't too soon for Tess, but it was too soon for her after losing her dad. So like that for that, it makes sense. And also maybe Anna didn't like the way that Tess was trying to integrate Ryan into the family, maybe too fast for Anna's liking, and then decided to take it out on Ryan. Maybe.
That's fair.
Right? Maybe. But I don't know. That's just a possibility. Also, like "You're ruining my life" is the most teenage experience ever. And I don't have brothers or sisters, but Anna and Harry, like the bickering when she's like, he's like overhearing her arguing with Tess about the door, and she's like, "Give me my door back or I'll kill myself." And he goes, "Can I watch?" I love it so
he
funny.
is such a little shit. Harry's such a little shit.
Here's what I wanted to say, Brooke, to your point of what Anna needed to like, what the reasoning for Anna to do the body swap, because Tess had a lot to learn, like understand, right? There's a specific moment, I even took it on my notes. It's because Anna says there's a discussion that they're having, and Anna says that her Tess's life is easy. So I think that's why. Because because Tess is wrong in a lot of ways, right? But I think Anna also thinks that because her mom maybe doesn't let it show to her kids how hard her life really is, like handling so many things at the same time and whatever. Then maybe because she doesn't let it show, then Anna has that perception. So maybe that's why, like, her reasoning for having to do that.
Yeah, that, and I think
because we do tend to like judge our parents really harsh, and they deserve to be judged to a certain point. Don't get me wrong, right? Mm-hmm. But I think especially when we are teenagers, we judge them a little bit more harshly, than usual.
That, and I think also a point of like, she needs to appreciate what she has and what the life that she has, because she's not really living it to the fullest as she should, maybe a little bit. Like, she's not appreciating that her mom is trying really hard to like keep her around, and that like maybe she's not seeing that like her mom is finally happy again, and like she's not taking that kind of stuff into account. And maybe that's like the only real thing that I can think about that could make her swap, or the only reason why the swap could work. So yeah,
also, like, I think Anna never. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was done.
Oh, because Anna, like, up until this point, she never was like in love. She never had that, right? Before the swap, because we have Jake, whatever. But also, like, after losing for Tess, what was the love of her life up to that point? It's two things. Like, you need to appreciate the fact that your mom didn't just go into a full-on depression and like disappeared, basically, like emotionally or whatever, and like was able to bounce back and found love again. Because also, like, it would be one thing of like, oh, at least like she was able to get through the grief and like what was okay for the most part, but was never able to find love again and was alone forever, whatever, right? But there's also the fact that she was able to find love, and it's a guy that, like, we see in the end respects not only Tess but the family unit that they have, and like respects the kids and agrees that Tess should put the kids first and all of that. Like, it's not her dad, but it's still like it's the second best choice, maybe, in a way. You know?
It's really interesting because we see a lot of the relationships that start this movie super broken, right? And we kind of get the pieces as to why the relationships are broken as we go through the movie. And then over time, we just see these relationships get fixed and mended. Even the ones that weren't broken at the start, they get broken and healed, because that kind of needed to happen in a lot of these circumstances. Like, we don't realize just how tenuous the relationship between Tess and Ryan may actually be. Even if the two of them are getting married, like soon, like 2 days from now, 1 day from now, we can tell there's still a little bit of that hesitancy on Ryan's part about the entire situation, because he wants to be there in their lives, but at the same time, he doesn't want to impose his everything onto the family. And we see the two of them have that conversation. Well, we see Anna and Ryan have that conversation.
Right, yeah.
But it's something I think Anna needed to hear, right? Because it fixes that relationship between Anna and Ryan. And it also helps Ryan get that off his chest, because that is something he is actively feeling about their relationship. Which I think is a really fun way of looking at this movie, is that a lot of the conversations may not be happening in the way we expect them to, but we still get to have these moments between these characters that help fix the relationships in a good and productive way. Specifically, Anna going to the parent-teacher conference for Harry, right?
Oh my God, the letter? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, also, I paused it. You can only see the first
letter, the essay. Yeah.
Letter. Yeah, you can only see the first paragraph of the essay, but it's really cute. Like, it's kind of adorable.
And then when she gets out and he says like, oh, it's because we have so much fun fighting. I'm like, I don't love it, but like, that's cute, you know? Like,
but that's just how the relationship is. There's clearly a decent age gap between the two of them. I mean, she's 15 based on maybe like a third grader or a second grader was kind of the energy I was getting.
Yeah.
So like 7
Like
or
at
8.
least like they're like at least 5 years apart for sure.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, minimum.
And the two of them having this conversation, even if Harry doesn't know they're having this conversation, is something Anna needed because, God, this kid is fucking annoying. But from his perspective, this is how he's bonding with his sister and how he wants to spend time with her. So, like, why not keep being annoying? You know,
it's also important that Tess sees that he's not like the little angel, you know, like it's not Anna's not being dramatic all of the time. She is sometimes because teenage girl.
Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, if you will.
Period. Exactly. But yeah, like she also had to see because we see in the beginning like it is a small part of it, but I think it's important as well. Like she doesn't believe that Harry, like she believes that Anna is being dramatic and Harry's like not that bad or whatever. It's like not doing anything. So I think that part was also important for Tess as Anna to see how Harry really is when Tess is not looking.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I think so too. I want to talk about Jake a little bit. And my biggest question is, how old is Jake genuinely? Because it's confusing to me. Because he is like not old enough to be like young enough to be dating someone in high school, but also old enough to like be at a bar. So what is going on here?
I don't remember if it's said in the movie. I really don't remember, but I think he might be like a senior and Anna is like a sophomore, I think.
But he works at the high school.
I mean, student employees do exist in certain high schools.
Yeah.
Right.
But also talking about the age discrepancy of Jake, that's not even the wackest part of this movie with him. Like, you can add in the fact that he is actively flirting and expecting a relationship with Tess, who is like at minimum in her late
about to get married. She's getting married tomorrow, and he's like, "Let's break the engagement. Let's get together today." Like he met this woman a couple hours ago, and he's already crashing the party. Like what is going on with this?
Okay, but to be fair to Jake, after the makeover, Tess, I mean that dress
kind of a hottie
with the boots, girl, I get it. And also, of course, it is insane. It's absurd, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's a fun way to get the point across of Jake is really in love with Anna for who she is.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the point of having him fall in love with Tess or Anna as Tess, right?
Yeah.
Because it proves and also disliking Anna when she is Tess, right? Like liking her at first initially, then disliking her after the change, and then falling in love with Tess and then whatever, you know. I think it's a fun way, absurd. Absolutely. To get that across. And I like the message, you know, that like he likes her for who she is and whatever. I think that's cool.
I also think it's hilarious that he falls back in love with Anna because she does such an amazing guitar riff that he's like, hell yeah, I want to date that girl. Oh.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know, right? What is happening. So what I think it is that maybe when he saw Anna doing the guitar, he thought like, oh, maybe that day that she was a bitch or whatever, he didn't like maybe she was having a bad day and like she really is the girl that I met in the beginning.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Like, I don't know, but
I mean,
or maybe he's just superficial and is like, oh, she rocks.
I mean, the inner machinations of his mind are an enigma, and quite frankly, they will continue to be that way. All I'm gonna say is this. It's a bit odd, but I've seen worse in terms of like how a relationship has been structured in a movie like this. Could be worse.
I mean, it's supposed to be absurd, right? The bike ride is when Ryan sees her in the back, just like smile. It's so
Lord.
singing "Baby One More Time" together like that. It's just so good.
Okay, speaking of the scene where this man is outside their damn house, say anything in Tess before he gets impaled by Tess and Anna's body.
He gets jumped.
Okay, after he says "hit me," like he's literally in the middle of saying "hit me, baby" one more time when he gets tackled. Peak comedy, but then to add on top of that, that little
baby,
like,
boom.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
Wonderful.
lovely.
Yeah.
Mhm. Also, Chad Michael Murray off-key singing, lovely.
Really funny.
Funny.
A real
funny.
One. She's a real one. I want to go ahead and get a few critiques out very quickly. One, this is a me problem. This is not a movie problem. I really, 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 really hate getting secondhand embarrassment, and I get it so fucking easy. So there are moments in this movie that I literally have to turn away from because I'm cringing.
The interview. Oh my God, the interview.
The interview is one of them.
Crazy.
Like watching Tess go up and a fellow kids. These is just God. It's so cringe, and I know that's the point. It's supposed to be cringe. This is not a knock on the movie not accomplishing its goal. This is a personal problem I have with secondhand embarrassment. I can't. It fucks with my head so bad. It physically bothers me. I physically am uncomfortable watching scenes like that in any movie. So having a decent chunk of this movie's comedy be built around cringe, personal misunderstanding, like I'm impersonating this other person, but I don't actually know how they are, so I have to imagine them through my lens, but I'm totally fumbling all of these social interactions. Oh God, there's a decent chunk of this movie. I would say a decent fifth of this movie I have to not look at because it affects my cringe meter far too much.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I also struggle a lot. My cringe capacity is very, very low as well. So a lot of this movie was also seen through my fingers. It's just I get it. And it did work, and it was still funny half of the time. Like some of the cringy moments are not as bad as I thought they would be, but there are some that are really
are worse than you thought they were going to be.
Yeah, they're worse than I thought it would be, and therefore I am I agree with you, Brooke. I also get physically uncomfortable with secondhand embarrassment. So it happened quite a bit in this movie, and like you said, it's nothing against this movie. It's not like this movie's doing anything wrong. It's doing everything that it's attempting to do, and it's doing it right. It's just a me thing where that's not the type of comedy that I live for.
Mm-hmm.
I am because you were talking about the cringe meter or whatever. I don't like cringe stuff, but for me, it's when it's movies, when it's supposed to be cringe, I don't mind. You know what I mean? When it's when someone is unintentionally to me, what to me is really cringe and hard to watch is when someone is trying to do something and fails.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to have a moment, whatever. When it's not intentionally cringe. Because this, like you mentioned, it's what the movie's, it's kind of what it's supposed to be, right? Because it would be kind of hard for the movie to not do that, right? With the writing and with the way, with the performances and everything. But because of that, because it's intentional, because it's kind of the point, I enjoy it personally. But when it's reality TV or in real life or something that is real and it's cringe, then I'm with you on that boat with but not here. Not for me.
That's fair. I understand that.
Yeah. I also, one of the moments that I really love is when Tess as Anna discovers how bitchy, what a bitch Stacy is with the test and everything. And then she gets to redo the test and she writes, "I'm stupid."
Okay. Can we add in very quickly the scene where they go for the hug and then she throws her shirt over her head and she ends up falling over the bike rack. Is that not enough for you, Tess, to know this bitch is crazy? Psycho? Come on. Come on. Really?
Also, Anna being like super into music and everything, but then she doesn't know who Stevie Nicks is.
She might not be a Fleetwood Mac fan. We have never said
Anna
has.
She doesn't know. No. I don't mean fan. I mean knowing who she is.
Well, let's think about it this way. She only
because Tess is like, oh, you made me look like Stevie Nicks, and she's like, who?
Who's he?
What do you mean? What?
Yeah. Well, my thought process is that she likes a very specific type of music. And she is also supposed to be like 16, 17 in this movie. So like, or 15. And so I don't blame her for not knowing who Fleetwood Mac is.
I know. I'm just like, oh, really?
Yes. She's uncultured, but I blame her mom for that. Like,
to be fair, this is also pre-streaming, pre-YouTube, internet music, really. I mean, I think this is around
right. So it's when you used to go to the CD store and browse through the rock section where she is, and then you go through it because you see.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but she's heard of Fleetwood Mac, but doesn't know that the singer's name is Stevie Nicks.
That makes sense.
Mother, by the way, goddess, icon, legend.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I love
Stevie Nicks.
How dare you? Because how dare you not know?
We love Stevie Nicks in this podcast.
Special note: if you're a Stevie Nicks fan, I highly recommend the song that she did with Gorillaz on their album Cracker Island called "Oil."
Oh yes,
highly recommend. It's fantastic. It is my favorite song by Gorillaz, and that is a hot take on the internet. I don't care. Beside the point. I also want to get into something that I don't know why, but this was such a memory for me of watching Tess be on her phone and her PDA as she's driving, and then driving over the spikes and popping the tires of the car. I don't know why, but I feel like Disney Channel aired that scene as part of adverting for Freaky Friday, like every time they wanted to show something from this movie. But I just vividly remembered it, and for some reason I thought it happened later in the movie, but no, it's like very, very early on. But it does set up a lot of the conflicts later on in the movie of like I don't have my car, so my daughter and I have to go together. Do you have your permit? All that fun stuff. Which also, Wango Tango, by the way, not sure if you two know, like the concert they're trying to get into the festival is an actual concert in Los Angeles that happens every year. It's put on by Kiss FM. You might know them better as iHeartRadio. Yeah. So they are, I believe still, but I could be wrong about this, the biggest radio station in the US. And this is a very, very, very big deal. Like this may not, like if you don't know, I get it. For a local high school band to have an opportunity to play at Wango Tango is fucking absurd. Like this is like the fact that they're talking about like, oh, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. That is not teenage hyperbole. This is actually a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Okay.
One time they're not being too dramatic in this movie.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna pull up really quickly the 2003 lineup of Wango Tango included Kiss, Sting, Bowling for Soup, Santana, Christina Aguilera. Ruben started just after he won American Idol. Nelly, O-Town back when they were super big, and JC Chazé from NSYNC. And that's not everyone. That's just the names I think you all would recognize. So like this was a very big deal of a concert to try to get into. So there's no hyperbole going on. This is actually potentially life-changing for them. This isn't like we're at the very bottom of the Coachella poster levels of big deal. Like no, like this is huge.
Yeah.
And Take Me Away is such a banger that like
Pink Slip Girlies Rise Up. Pink Slip Girlies Rise Up.
The guitar solo scene is incredibly iconic. So like there's no words.
Yeah. Watching Jamie Lee Curtis just rip was amazing.
So good.
Well, and you're also performing in House of Blues, which again, I don't know if you all know.
Right.
But like,
no, I know. But just
culturally in the US, so House of Blues is owned by Hard Rock, but there's like 10, 11, 12 of them around the US, and they are all massive music venues. But specifically, the LA House of Blues has a very, very strong reputation of quality. So even just getting the opportunity to perform at House of Blues is ridiculously cool. So like, yeah, I understand why her bandmates are like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You can't do this because
like,
of
they
a
literally
fucking
kidnap
rehearsal
her,
dinner?"
like or tried to kidnap her during the rehearsal dinner. I'm like,
Yeah.
valid.
Yeah,
Mhm.
now it makes more sense to me. Yeah.
One other thing I wanted to know before we I feel like we're getting to a point where we're kind of wrapping up. One big problem, my biggest problem with this movie is honestly just the pacing is a bit weird. It kind of jumps from clip to clip to clip to clip to the point where it feels like almost like a series of short movies instead of one big movie at times. But at the same time, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world, because I do think because there are so many interwoven relationships in this movie that we're trying to address at once, it does kind of need that to happen. But maybe dial it back a tiny bit because and weave the transitions in a little bit better, because it just seemed like we were just jumping so frequently that it was kind of hard to keep track of everything at points. Like, okay, isn't Tess supposed to be going to work? Okay, she's now shopping and going to get her ears pierced and her hair done. And then she's going to work and talking to multiple patients. And then she's going to lunch with Anna before she gets out of school.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if people know, but like this cannot all happen in a period of like 4 hours. Like, it's not reasonable. And it kind of throws the timing of the whole movie off a little bit. Not hard, but like just enough. I think they should have made this movie take place over 2 days, and I think it would have fixed a lot of the problems that I have with it pacing wise. But that's just me. There's a lot going on that would make it a lot easier if it was stretched out a little bit more.
That makes sense, yeah. But also thinking about it, like, I understand why they did it the way that they did, because you don't want to stretch out this movie too much, because let's remember this is for like kids and teenagers, so you don't want to make a kid movie that is 2 hours long. So you want to keep it like somewhere all right, somewhere like around 90 to 100 minutes. And I'm sure that like Disney would not have aired this as much as they did if it had been 2 hours long. So although it is a little bit to its detriment, I think they made the correct choice by not really like stretching it out as much as possible, even though it probably would have helped.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just me. I don't mind. Also,
and that's fair. Like, I get where you're coming from. I just thought I would mention it while it was relevant still.
Yeah, no, but I get it.
I don't have a problem with it, but
mind.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, because we're getting to the end, right? Anna's I love the way that I like the ending, you know, like Anna's speech as Tess at the dinner. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I get emotional. Like, I really love this movie, and I think the ending is really well done. I think it's really funny that all of this happened because of an older meddling woman. I think that's very real as well.
Yeah.
And then when they have like the song at the wedding is really great, but then we also have like the same woman like watching Grandpa and Harry argue and like trying, like thinking about doing the same thing, and then her daughter's just like, "Mom, no."
Just tackling them. I love it.
I do appreciate that there was an actual reason for them to be at the wedding, though, like in universe of like, oh, well, I accidentally canceled your catering.
Yeah.
So, well, not accidentally. They were charging you $10,000 for halibut. But
yeah, that's crazy. Fucking halibut for 10,000, like that's wild.
Mm-hmm. It's nuts.
How many people are you feeding, Tess? Like, how many people are you in a wedding? Hello?
The wedding didn't even look that huge.
Yeah, it didn't look that big. So, like, how much halibut are you like consuming?
You want to watch a crazy huge wedding? Go watch Crazy Rich Asians. Like, I mean, that $10,000 for halibut there, I believe.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
But and they're not cheaping out on that either. It'd be more like $100,000 for the halibut. Let's be real.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Well, it does feel like we have reached that time, so I will now open to the floor of any other further comments before we get to scores.
I have said my piece, Your Honor.
We're good.
All right. Eduardo, you want to go first?
Sure, yeah. As I said, this movie's just really fun, and it brings back a lot of good memories of my childhood and like watching this with my sister and quoting it with my sister even till this day. Sure, it might not be perfect. It might have some issues when it comes to like some characters, and like I'm not in love with Tess as a character, but I understand why they wrote her that way. I'm not in love with Ryan with Jake as a character, but I understand why they made him that way. And just like some little things, nothing too egregious. I still had a lot of fun, so therefore I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Big. For me, I kind of was in a similar boat. A lot of it was just the pacing was a little bit weird on rewatch. I am trying to be a little bit more critical as we are consuming the movies. But at the same time, in terms of enjoyment, I had a good time watching this again. It did give me that boost of nostalgia that I wanted. I still rock out to every song in this movie. I'm not even gonna lie. The soundtrack is. We didn't really touch on the soundtrack super long. Great soundtrack, incredible.
So good.
Yes.
On rotate, like I listen to the two, like Take Me Away and Ultimate. I listen to those songs weekly.
Specifically, I want to give a special mention to Take Me Away, which has been in my head for the past 20 plus years because I fucking adore this song. It gets heavy rotation on Spotify in my house. Thank you very much. Beside the point, really great soundtrack, nope, we are not doing this today, microphone. Really good movie.
Not again.
Really good I caught it that time.
Good job.
Really good movie. But the pacing issues, a couple of the acting performances aren't the strongest, and it could use a little bit of a script tightening, but nothing crazy. And I had a good time, so I also gave it a 3.5 out of 5. River.
Well, I've said my piece as to how I'm judging this movie when we went in. I really love this movie. Is it perfect? No, but also yes. So, for me, it's one of my comfort movies in rotation throughout my life. So yeah, it's for me, non-objectively, is a 5 stars. Unbiasedly, no, biasedly.
There you go.
Very biasedly.
So, thank you for listening to us rant about Freaky Friday. But now, as we finish up Childhood Movie Month, so in September, River and Eduardo are going to both be getting 2 picks for that month. I am not getting any, which you'll understand why when we talk about it more next week. I have no problems with this. But in order to compensate myself for that lost pick, I get the last pick all to myself for Childhood Movie Month. And I will say, originally, this was a really tough call. There were a lot of really good movies that I loved watching as a kid that really did shape me as a film enjoyer. But if there is one thing I have a reputation for on this podcast, it's, go ahead. Depression, yes, exactly. So I wanted to bring, in my opinion, the movie that made me fall in love with depression movies. A movie that is, honestly, probably the first depressing movie I ever watched, I'll be blunt. And still to this day, a really, really, really underrated movie that I think a lot of people need to watch that I cannot believe neither of my fellow panelists have seen to this point, which is mind-blowing to me. Especially River. Eduardo, I kind of get River. I can't believe you haven't seen this. But we are talking about Bridge to Terabithia from 2007 next week. Prepare the tissues. They will both need them. Can
I tell you, Brooke, what my first depression movie was as a kid?
Yeah, I'm curious. What was it?
My Girl.
Oh, that's real.
Oh.
That's
He
so
can't
real.
see without his
Glasses.
Damn.
Shout out.
Literally a horror movie. Oh my god. Like,
Bridge to Terabithia starring Josh
I'm excited to
Hutcherson
watch it.
and Anna
To watch this
Sophia
one.
Robb. You couldn't get more mid-2000s than this if you tried.
Mhm.
But also just a really great movie, and they're both gonna cry, and I can't wait. So until next time, thank you for joining us as we talked about Freaky Friday today. Let us know down below, how do you feel about this movie? Did you watch it when you were younger? Did you catch it when you were older? Have you not seen it yet? We want to know what you guys think, because we're, at the end of the day, we're just three people with our own weird, wacky opinions on every movie we watch. So thank you so much for joining us today as we talked about Freaky Friday. But unfortunately, we have ran out of popcorn, drank our entire soft drink, and nobody ever gets more than one soft pretzel. So we are going to get out of here, everybody, and we'll see you next time to talk about Bridge to Terabithia. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, honey. Make good choices.